Hey you guys, and welcome to my YouTube channel. You can't tell by the caption of the video. This is going to be the story of how I found out that I was pregnant with not one baby, but two. Yes, I'm having twins. By the time this video goes up, I should have the gender reveal video up as well. If you follow me on social media, then you'll already know what I'm having. But if not, check out my other video. So I'm gonna go through like just a quick recap of how I found out I was pregnant and how I found out I was twin. Okay, this is my belly. This is my 24-week belly. How I found out I was pregnant with twins. Okay. So this was August. My birthday is August 15th, and I believe I was going on a trip to Las Vegas like August 13th or something like that, like a couple days before my birthday with my girlfriends. Before the trip, I was into working out really heavy. So my period kind of got thrown off, and it started coming, instead of every 4 weeks, it was coming every 3 weeks, like on the dot, every 3 weeks. So I was supposed to get it. I'm like, perfect. Like, I'm going to get it right before I leave for Vegas. I'll be off, and then I can go have fun in Vegas. Mind you, so I'm waiting for 3 weeks. So I'm like, the third week came. I'm like, okay, here it comes. But nothing came. So I'm like, okay, maybe it'll just go on its fourth week, which would be the week I was in Vegas. So I was a little like bummed out, but I was like, whatever, like I'm still going to try to have fun. Like it's my birthday, whatever. Nothing. So 4 weeks, it's supposed to come. Where is it? Like it was time for Vegas and no period. So I'm like, oh my gosh, like, what if I'm pregnant? Like, what am I going to do? Oh my gosh, like, I'm like freaking out. So I was like, I'll be fine. Like, I think I talked to my best friend about it, and we were just like, you're fine, like, whatever. So I'm packing for Vegas. This is the evening of the 12th, because we leave on the 13th at like 2 in the morning. So, you go to like the dollar store and get like little knickknacks or like little travel packets or whatever. So I'm in there, I'm getting like my travel kit, like deodorant, whatever. So I walk past the pregnancy test and I'm like, it's only $1. I'm in the dollar store. Why not? Let me just get one. So I got one. So I'm like, this is dumb. I'm like, I'm not pregnant, whatever. So I go to the checkout, I get the pregnancy test, I go work out, I do my rest of my evening plans, I come home and I start packing. At this point, it's around like 10. Mind you guys, I told you I was leaving at like 2 in the morning. So I go in the bathroom and I get down, I take the test, whatever, how you take a pregnancy test. So I took the pregnancy test and I looked down and it was nothing there. I'm like, great, okay. So I get up. I'm like, all right, let me go finish packing. Mind you, you're supposed to wait like a couple minutes or whatever. But I just was like, I looked down immediately. I'm like, there's nothing there or whatever. So I leave out the bathroom, come back in. The test right there, I look down. Two lines, but it was very faint. If I have a picture, I'm going to put it on the screen somewhere. Very faint 2 lines. So I'm like, wow. I think I called my best friend. I'm like, it's a line, but it's not a line. So what does that mean? So she was, I think she was with her nail tech, and they were talking. We were all talking. And the nail tech was like, oh, she's pregnant. And I was like, oh my gosh. Mind you, I'm still packing my clothes to get ready to go to Vegas. So I'm like, oh my gosh, like, I was just like freaking out. Like, I was like, my heart started thumping like real fast. So I'm like, whew, I remember that day. So I'm like, okay, like, whatever. So I called my boyfriend and I was like, hey. I'm sorry. I was like, hey there. I think I'm pregnant. And he was like, like, try not to worry about it. You're about to go on your trip. You just took we took a little test, whatever, like that. Try not to worry about it. Go on your trip. Enjoy yourself. Have fun. When you come home, we'll figure it all out. So I'm like, okay. On my trip. Mind you, I'm going to Vegas. What do you do in Vegas? You turn up. But obviously, in the back of my mind the whole time, I'm like, I can't, like, I'm pregnant. So I was on like a strict diet at the time. So I was like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to just eat. I'm going to just do other things rather than like drink. Because I knew that I could have maybe 1 or 2, but I didn't want to like be drunk if I'm knowing that I have like a baby. So I had fun. Like we went to like some parties. I maybe had like a drink or 2 while I was there. That was it. Like, people were coming up to me like, and it was my birthday. So people were coming up to me like, it's your birthday, like, get a round of shots. And I'm like giving them to my friends. Like, I'm like, just like any kind of way I can get out of drinking, I am. In Vegas, like, I know you get jet lag, but while I was in Vegas, I felt as if I had more than jet lag. Like, we would get through the whole day. I don't know if it was the heat or the jet lag or my pregnancy, but I was so tired, like dirt tired. Like, I couldn't do anything. I did my activities and I made it out. I made it out one night. All the other nights I was in the bed at like 10 o'clock, which was maybe like 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock where I live. So I don't know if it was that, but I was like, count me out. I'm going to sleep. I'm tired. I can't move. The last night, I really, really was like, all right. Like, I almost missed the last night, but I'm like, you know what? I really want to go out at least one night. So I like forced myself to get up, barely threw makeup on, just like whatever. Like, I wanted to at least wear my birthday dress. So I like got up for the one night. So that was the beginning of me like, okay, like I'm really might really be pregnant. So I get back home. At this point, 4 weeks. At this point, maybe 5 weeks. So 1 week, I'm 1 week past missing my period. So that would make me 5 weeks pregnant. So I'm calling doctors and they're like, sorry, we don't see our patients until at least 8 weeks. So I'm like, what am I supposed to do until then? Like, if I'm pregnant, I need to know that I'm pregnant. Well, we're sorry, we don't see you till 8 weeks. I made an appointment for the beginning of September because that's the first day that a doctor would see me because I would be 8 weeks at that point. So I'm just freaking out until then. I think I took like a legit test that came back positive. So I'm like, okay, like I might really be pregnant. But I still wasn't sure because I'm like, I need to go to the doctors. I need them to scan me. Like, let me see. So, nothing. So I'm just waiting till September. Waiting. Finally, it's time for my appointment. So, I ended up not even going to that doctor because my insurance got messed up. But I did find like a clinic. It was like a clinic that gives free ultrasounds. So I was like, okay, like I'll go there. So I went there and, they're like, it was like a religious place, so they had to ask me like questions and like, what do you plan to do with your pregnancy if you are pregnant, and da 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 da. So they're taking me through all of these tests and questions. So I'm like, yeah, no, yeah, like, okay, like, let's get to the ultrasound. So they make you pee in a cup. So I peed in the cup, and she came back a few minutes later, and she was like, well, you're definitely pregnant. So I was like, oh, okay. So then they're like, okay, we're going to take you to the ultrasound room. So we go in the ultrasound room. Mind you, I couldn't have my phone. This place was like locked down. Couldn't have anything. So I get on the table. My mom was in the waiting room. They wouldn't even let my mom back. So it's just me and the nurse and the other lady. We're all in the room. So she's doing my ultrasound, and then they're like, well, you're only 7 weeks. So I had to sneak in. I was like trying to get in there, so I had to lie and say I was a little further along than I was. So they're like, you're only this far along, so we might not even be able to see anything today. Just letting you know. So I'm like, okay. So I lay down, and I'm just waiting for her to say something. And I look over, and her face is just like twisted. So I'm like, maybe they don't see anything. Like, maybe I'm not pregnant. Like, what does she see? So I'm just watching her face, and she's like staring at the thing on my stomach and looking at the computer, and she's like perplexed. I'm like, ma'am, is everything okay? Like, what's going on? So she was like, I think I see 2. I said, 2 what? She said, I think I see 2 sacks. Mind you, they're really little, so you can, in the beginning, you can see the little baby, but you can more so see the sack that they're in. So she saw 2 sacks, and then like little tiny like dots inside the sacks. So I'm like, 2 what, ma'am? And she was like, 2 sacks. And she was like, you're not far along, so I'm gonna have to do like a vaginal scan to see for sure, but I think there's twins. Oh, I lost it. I lost my mind. I just start crying. Any emotion. I don't think there's a time in my life that I've really felt every emotion in the span of like 5 minutes. Not even 30 seconds. I was sad. I was happy. I was excited. I was pissed. I was just like nervous, scared, anxious. Any emotion that you can think of in that moment, I was. So they did the vaginal scan, and she was like, yeah, there's definitely twins in here. And I was like, oh my gosh, what the heck am I about to do? Mind you, because I wasn't planning to get pregnant, let alone have twins. So it was just like a huge shock. Like, wow. So they tell my mom to come in. So we tell my mom. My mom almost passes out. She's screaming. I'm crying. It's just a whole mess. So I call my boyfriend. I tell my boyfriend, it's 2. He's like, 2 what? I'm like, 2 babies. I'm having 2 babies. He was like, okay. I'm like, can I get more than that? He just was like, okay. And I know he's trying to process the same way I'm trying to process. So I'm like, I'm going to give him his space. So we hung up. So it was just like a crazy day. So then it was exciting, like telling all my family, like, okay, I'm having twins. It was like, it was deep. It was very deep. But all in all, we are excited. So that was just a quick recap of how I found out I was pregnant. If you guys want to see more videos, let me know what I should make videos about. Please like and subscribe to this video. I really want to take you guys with me on a journey through the rest of this pregnancy and having twins, like wow, twins. It's definitely going to be a ride, and I want to have you guys with me as I go. So see you guys next time.